the position of Prussia in Germany will not be determined by its liberalism, but by its power. Not through speeches and majority decisions. Will the great question of the day be decided but by iron and blood? You guys might be familiar with this speech, or at least you've heard the famous phrase, iron and blood. It was given by the Iron Chancellor Bismarck in Prussia, the predecessor of German Empire. And I've got this from a website. And he's the most important person who set the international political structure in the 19th century Europe. And he is generally admired as the best diplomat ever, who's created state-of-the-art diplomacy. So I would like to introduce his diplomatic strategy during the Franco-Prussian War, the war between France and Germany. First of all, in the 19th century, the United Kingdom tried to make the powers of each country be balanced because they were able to make a lot of money from many colonies in abroad. So they were pretty much satisfied with this condition. And if one country got a great power in Europe, they would try to attack the Britain, like the Napoleon. In this background, Bismarck wanted to unify Germany to make one great country with military presence. And the Franco-Prussian War was the most important event for its unification. Before starting the war, Bismarck had started to make France be isolated to win the war easily. First, he got some official documents which showed territorial grid of France, and he published in London Times, and the international society in Europe started to think of France as a very dangerous country. And secondly, he reached a deal with Russia about deploying Russian troops to the frontier of Austria to prevent Austrian intervention. And most of this information is based on the Korean book, World Diplomatic History, written by Dr. Kim, and I translated in English. After all these preparations, Bismarck started his plan to start the war. The essential event is called M's Telegram. That time, the relationship between two countries, Germany and France, was not good because of the Spanish throne succession. One cousin of the Prussian king, William, was about to become a king of Spain, and France was shocked about it. So one French diplomat came to visit the king. Interestingly, according to the manners of that time, they could not talk directly. Instead, they should talk via a servant. For example, if I were a diplomat and if he's the king, I should talk to another person and another person should talk to the king, and vice versa. But at that time, the diplomat was pretty much angry because of the Spanish throne succession problem. So at first time, he talked via servant, but suddenly he stooped in front of the king and said, "Make sure this problem would never happen again." And king said no. And Bismarck used this accent to start the war. He published in both countries with less than change, and it actually provoked French people a lot. First, France declared the war on Prussia. At that time, the two countries' power were pretty similar. Like when it comes to cannons, Prussia was a bit superior, but when it comes to rifles, France was superior. However, Prussian military system and strategy was much better than the strategy of France's military system. So Prussia could dispatch 460,000 soldiers in 18 days, which number was almost twice as much as the French soldiers. Finally, January 28, 1871, Prussian troops occupied Paris. Since then, Prussia declared German Empire and he finished German unification. After Bismarck won the war, he always tried to make the balance of power and status quo and isolation of France policy. So he made a lot of alliances like a spider web. Especially, he made alliance with Austria, Russia, and Italy, which was an amazing capability because each three countries did not like each other. But he intentionally made some kind of certain situation that entrapped each three countries to have alliance with Germany. He kept this strategy until he was resigned by the next emperor. I hope this speech was informative enough for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, you guys are welcome to ask me in person. Thank you so much.